Oh, good morning.
Good morning. You crazy.
I'm trying to sound all like super positive.
A lot of energy.
Yeah, a lot of energy.
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday,
y'all.
everyone. You know, I'm trying to do all that, you know. Get y'all into the video. It's not just a Friday, it is a 3-day weekend Friday. And that is tight. That is a 3-day weekend Friday.
Very tight.
So how was your route this morning?
It's good. My ping at least updated.
Oh,
Up to
it did?
weeks.
It did?
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's good! You see me putting that snappy, positive energy in there into the video. Yeah, that's good. So, things that annoy us that you should know as a non-school bus driver, just as a driver on the road. That is our discussion this morning. I want to make a point to also have discussions while we're not driving, but this was fresh in my mind, so that's how it always works usually.
Please don't pull in front of us.
Look, she just jumped right in there.
Yeah.
Please don't pull in front of us.
Last minute break. I almost hit somebody twice today.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you see me coming.
Right.
It's like, psh, right there.
And that happens a lot. Remember, there are children on our school bus.
And it takes longer for us to stop our bus than a regular vehicle.
I honestly think people know that we have children on the bus, so they know we're going to have to put our brakes on. We get that a lot. People just, you know, cut in front of us. You know it's coming. You know, if it's a busy line somewhere and someone needs to get over, you know they're going to say, oh, there's a school bus. Let's cut over right there in front of that school bus. And that happens a lot. That means we got to slam on our brakes. We don't know if you care or not, but you should, because, you know, people more than likely have children of their own on these school buses. The problem is
you're gonna have a child too on this bus.
But I think mainly the people that think like, you know, they don't care is because they're like, this isn't my school district, or this isn't.
My child is not on this bus.
One thing that happened really bad with me this morning was my stop arm. So people like to speed up, like it's a yellow light, and they will go through it, you know, 4, 5, 6 vehicles. I mean, there have been times that it's been a perfect blessing where there's an officer that everyone didn't see, and those people all get pulled over, but that is not all the time. But this morning I had a situation where I was on, when I'm coming off of, and I put my ambers on, they're flashing. I already knew that whole row coming towards me started speeding up. Now I got kids waiting to get on the bus. So once I stop, and I always do it slowly so I can let some of the cars go by. But nobody likes to slow down. Everybody just keeps going really fast like they're all gonna make it. So then finally I pull my brake and open my door, my stop arm comes out. 4, 5, 6 cars still went through. And then a guy who was in a Mustang, convertible Mustang, he was about to go through. I had my hand out the whole time doing this. He finally stops because I laid on the horn, just held it, and was like, stop. Then he lays on his horn the whole time that the kids are on the bus. So then he pulls up beside my bus and he was like, you know what? You need to pull the arm in faster. I said, you know what? You need to consider these children safe. I think people who don't drive a school bus need to understand the rules of a school bus. How many feet are you supposed to be away from a school bus in any direction?
That's in the driving manual when you pass a test.
Right. So I'm not going to give you the answer. We both know school bus drivers. You need to look up, as a driver, how many feet you're supposed to be from a school bus in all directions when that stop arm is out. Okay? So I told him how many feet it was. And he was like, you trying to school me? I said, I'm exactly trying to school you, Mr. Driver, because you were blocking. If I had children that had to cross the street, you would be blocking them. Okay? Number one. Number two, you could have hit a child by speeding up and getting on my bus, because sometimes children don't pay attention. That's just children. They're being what children do. And run across that street There's already been the news several times of children who have been struck and killed by drivers who, when they were trying to cross the street to their bus. And I don't understand why no charges were ever brought up on these people. Because guess what? Once again, it's in your manual when you're getting a driver's license. When you see the ambers, Sidra, what are you supposed to do when you see ambers on a bus?
Slow down, just like on the traffic light. You see yellow, be cautious. Slow down.
Right, you're supposed to slow down and look for children. People instead speed up. They go literally.
It's go, 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 go,
right,
go.
Right, they'll go like.
It's not go, 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 go.
Like in a 35, or let's say 25 mile per hour zone.
They're gonna
they
be
will go
driving
35.
50.
Yeah, 35 to 50. They will bolt.
They will put that foot on that accelerator.
No consideration for the safety of the children. So you cannot treat the amber lights in a bus like a yellow light, because everybody knows. Everybody goes when it's a yellow light.
Everybody wants to go through that yellow light.
Your ambers the ambers on a bus means you need to pay attention to those children who might be crossing the street, or those children who are just excited to see their bus, or maybe they're cold. It's in the wintertime. And they're like, I'm freezing. I know I'm supposed to wait, but I'm just going to run across. But they don't pay attention to that car coming that's, behind them. That happens. You can look it up and see it in the news. It's happened several times over the years. Some children lose their lives. Others do not. Just like the case that I was talking about, the one in, what was it? West Virginia? Yeah, West Virginia or somewhere like that.
3 siblings died?
Yeah, they died. And it was a truck driver. Now, the bus had its ambers on when it was coming to a stop. The truck was still driving fast and said he didn't see the children. I don't know how he did not get any charges pressed upon him, because he should have. Because it is the law. If a cop sees you at a traffic light blaze through a yellow light that just turned red, you're going to get a ticket. So how is it any different that he did just like everybody else. He sped through when he saw the amber lights, and he claims he didn't see. Okay, so how does that still get you off on killing 3 children? It shouldn't. When you see those amber lights, you're supposed to slow down. Remember, everyone that has children, your children may be riding one of those buses. And even if they're not, you should still respect life.
I have had that in the afternoon, because I have some kids who cross, and the kids are standing by me. Why aren't you opening the door? You see that car coming? That car is not going to stop. Trust me. And then that car will go.
Right.
I'm stopped there. I haven't opened my door, so the red stop arm is not on, but embers are on, and they know I'm about to open it.
Right. Because if you open it, those kids might think it's okay to cross.
Yeah, and they will get
children,
out.
And they know there's a procedure that we have, school bus drivers have. Just because your stop arm is open, children are not supposed to cross the street.
But some kids just don't listen. Little ones, they forget.
Right.
Every time you remind them, they will forget after a few seconds.
Right. Because once you put your stop arm out and they're crossing, you have to hold your hand out. And then once your hand lowers, then it's safe for them to cross after they have checked traffic. But what you get over 60 to 70% of the time is, as soon as that stop arm comes out, them kids are running across the street. And it doesn't even matter if they're little kids or if they're high school. All ages, they do it. Because I've yelled at kids before that have just ran across, even when I haven't even had my stop arm yet. They just see the bus and they run across. And I let them know, hey, children have died doing that. And they still don't, it still doesn't register because they're kids. So as drivers, we need to really look out for our children and say, okay, let me pay attention when I see those amber lights on. If not, but yeah, that is my biggest complaint as a school bus driver. Even to the point that people yell at me when I have my stop arm out and say my stop arm is out too long. It's only out as I don't sit there, yes, I've seen bus drivers who sit there and have conversations
with the parents.
But here's the thing too. Those conversations might be important. There is no other time that maybe they might be able to get a hold of that bus driver. So you can't blame a bus driver if the parent, it's not the bus driver going, hey, you know what do you think about those Mets in the the playoffs this year? They're not doing that. A bus driver is trying to hurry up and get to each stop safely and drop those children off. But parents will have questions. They will say, hey, we're switching routes. And that happens to me all the time. Parents in my route seem to, not all of them, but there's certain ones that bounce around on the route. I'm switching my route, or so-and-so's grandmother. Yeah, all that is on the route. So we
We usually, even we try to tell them, okay, you have to call the transportation. And then there's a question, okay, whom do we need to talk? Okay, just call the transportation. We have to give them the number. We have to tell them, okay, this is what you need to do. So there's a lot that they're just directly asking us instead of calling in. And we're not supposed to, it's like, but we can't help it.
Right. And I've seen complaints, you know, on news channels when they talk about bus stop arms and stuff. People go like, the first complaint is, I seen the bus driver sitting there laughing on stuff. Let me tell you something. I've had parents tell me things and I have to still smile. You know, it is our job, you know, to be courteous. You know, we're trying to keep everything cordial. So we can laugh. I've laughed before when someone said something, you know, and it could be a really dumb question like, I know today we're supposed to have early release, and they should already know from the school. And they'll be like, what time? And what do? I don't go, you know what? You should already know. I go, well, you know. So, you know, I'm trying to keep things lively, keep things positive. So, you know, you never know what the bus driver's talking about. I guarantee that I just sit there talking about everyday life and living. And if they are, shame on them. What?
Next week is our first early release on Wednesday.
Oh man, I hate that.
90 minutes early release, and that's when we have to calculate, okay, if your stop time is at 4 o'clock, I'm gonna be there at what time? 2:30, I guess?
And, yeah.
And that's what we will be doing.
I don't get that.
Why
like, we have early release.
90 minutes calculation. Why do I have to sit there and do the 90 minutes calculation?
But you should know, and you should know though, because
the parents should know.
Every month we have an early release. At least here in Columbus, Ohio, we have a 90-minute early release once a month. But once a month on our route, parents will continually ask, so what time should I expect my child? What time did they get here last time? Or 90 minutes earlier than they usually get. That's what I tell them. I don't calculate anything. It's simple. Okay, 90 minutes earlier than what they get off, because I try to move it along as quickly as possible. But we still get those questions a lot. And it's like, you guys should know these things. Or, is it early release today? You should have got the, you know, alert. You should have got the paper or whatever.
You should have the calendar.
Yeah, the calendar, whatever.
We still, 2 days before that, we start actually letting them know. Like on Tuesday, we're going to start letting them know.
Right.
Tuesday morning, afternoon, Wednesday morning. Remember, today's the early release.
Right. We always remind our parents.
So we start reminding them. So just, they know that, okay, early release. So be at the stop for the kids who needs a parental approval. Right. So it's like, nope, still forgets.
So our main thing that we're pushing for in this video is
please be considerate.
Safety, bus safety. You know, think about the children on these buses. Think about their safety. You know, and I know I've seen parents out there that don't even think about that at all because it's not. Because I see a big difference and shift, honestly, in those problems. Usually, when I'm driving through the poor neighborhoods where the schools are, and I'm doing my pickups, that's usually where I see people blow through my stop arm. And these are people that don't live in these poor neighborhoods, because you'll see people you know that definitely look like they live in those areas, and you know they'll be driving because certain poor areas I live in are located near hospitals and all that, so you have doctors, nurses, all that stuff, and there's a lot of law firms and stuff around there as well because it's closer to downtown. So all kind of people go through there, and there's no consideration for even at the school zones when they're flashing, people are blazing through. When you're supposed to be going 20 miles per hour, people are going 30, 35 miles per hour through a school zone. But as soon as I get into my nicer areas to pick up my children, people are below speed. Yeah, people slow down. They'll go 15 miles per hour through a school zone. You'll see a child not even walking up to the street yet, and they'll stop. So really, it's about being considerate for people who don't live in your neighborhood. You know, don't go speeding down people's streets. You know, regardless of where you live at. You know, just respect other people's neighborhoods, because that's what I think it boils down to. Because like I said, when I'm driving in my poor neighborhoods, you know, people are blazing through there. I don't even see that many police officers, you know, with, you know, their radar. But as soon as I get to my nice areas, I'll see police on their motorcycles, you know, by the schools with the radar checking. I just don't see that in my poor neighborhoods. So there's definitely an appreciation of life. It shouldn't matter how much money you make, you know. So, but we are looking forward to this weekend. There I did again, my positive, you know, hand rubbing to get you all into the video. But you know, so we plan on hitting the zoo this weekend. It's gonna be perfect weather.
Going to the park.
And going back to Blendon and just enjoying, you know, going on the trails. We'll make sure we bring some, you know, yard, maybe a soccer ball, some stuff too for the kids to play. I'm
some
looking
snacks,
forward.
So we can
Yeah,
picnic,
we'll put it.
bit of water.
We'll do the picnic thing. We'll bring some blankets, stock up our cooler, and it's going to be a nice family weekend. Regretfully, the reason why it's going to be so nice is because of the hurricane down in Florida. Because we live in Ohio, you know, so because of the hurricane, our 90-degree days shifted to 70-degree days and not extreme heat. But they said that after this, it'll probably go back up into those 90-degree days.
Next week, yeah.
So, you know, we're going to enjoy this weekend and enjoy that beautiful weather. And everyone should be getting out there, you know. Depression happens because if you're stagnant, if you're just at home, you know, get out. Even if you're by yourself, get out and go do free things, you know. And I can't stress the free thing enough. Because, you know, I've even had friends that are depressed and they'll be like, you know, I can't afford to go to the park. Go even just walk around the mall, you know. Yeah, just go out and just get out and do things, you know. I find that when I'm depressed, of course my family helps me greatly. But then sometimes if I want to be by myself, I'll go out and I'll
We just go to Walmart and walk around. We don't even buy nothing.
Hey, don't give away our secret about Walmart. Yeah, seriously, we do. We'll go to Walmart sometime and just, you know, people watch.
Yeah, people watch, look at things, that's it. We don't
Literally, people watch at Walmart. That sounds bad, but seriously, you've seen enough memes about people at Walmart, so guess what? We people watch at Walmart. And then we walk away feeling better about it, you know? So, yeah. We tried a different camera angle today. I kind of like it. You know, it kind of takes away from our boogers and everything. We had that front angle and it was all like, you know, hey everybody, how you doing? You know. But yeah, we will be doing different video sets, you know, like I said, angles, and doing recordings at the home or wherever, and also commentary in our videos. This video, of course, isn't going to have any commentary because we're talking. But when we're doing things like, you know, visiting somewhere, then whoever's in that video, like this weekend, it'll be the kids. So all the kids will have commentary in the videos that we do this weekend. And I just felt that was a nice twist. I actually liked the commentary in the one video. It was really nice. Because it helps you kind of understand what's going on better, gets you more into the video. Plus, you know, I'm going to start doing that, you know, more. And then you'll be like, you know what, whenever he does it, I just feel like I'm more into the video. He's just so highly energetic. So on that note, I'm going to shut up because I'm hungry. It is Friday. Man, it is such a beautiful day out. So enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend. We're going to enjoy it. Peace in the Middle East.